This is the transition team meeting of the GROOCx Social Learning for Social Impact. We've got Lou Lacroix from Montreal and Renato Orozco. His work is down in Brazil, but I think he's in New York right now. And for some reason, my camera is not working. I'm just getting a picture of me. So this week, I guess, is what we're going to do is set up is somebody else coming on? Company? I don't know. Okay, so this week what we're going to do is continue working on Lou's project, a transition project, a gardening society project in Montreal. And Renato has already set up a membership organization down in Brazil. So he was going to put together some ideas about how to put together a package to present to prospective members of Lou's horticultural society. So do we need anything else? Do we need anything else by way of introduction? You and also Lou, you forwarded on our transition team Facebook, and I think also did we put it on the GROOCx transition Facebook page? I don't know, but
I didn't. I didn't. So maybe you did, but
I may have put a link to it. I'm not sure. But
yeah.
anyways, you've given us the project, and now we're going to work on a package to introduce the project to members and maybe get information from them to create a membership for this. Is it Horticultural and Ecological Society, or is that what you're going to call it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But the name would be in French, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Now, are you going to? Is it only? Do all of the members of the gardening society speak French?
Yeah, sure. We're in Montreal, huh? So yeah.
Yeah.
This neighborhood is French. It's really French speaking.
Right, I see. I was just thinking that the school my son goes to, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people, so all the paperwork they send out is in English and Spanish. But if you don't have anybody who doesn't speak French, then I guess that would be a waste of time for you.
Anybody who what?
If you don't have anybody in the community who's interested in joining this society but doesn't speak French, if there's anyone who wants to be a member but only speaks English.
Yeah, but you have to understand that French is the official language here in Quebec. Oh, there's someone else.
Sarav, hi. Can you hear us, Sarav?
We see your picture.
We're not getting your sound, Sarav. I don't know. We got your picture, but not your sound.
Yeah, I'm writing here on the chat. Can you hear us? Oh, maybe, yeah.
But it's him, Sarav. You have to push the video button and the phone button. Oh no, he left.
Yeah.
He left.
Oh, maybe he's trying to.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
that's what happened to me. I was there, but like if you don't push the phone icon, it's just your picture. So you have to understand that you need to push the phone and the camera to be on.
So
So as I was saying, Alan, you have to understand that here French is the official language here in Quebec. It's not just a sector of the city. It's the official language.
Yeah. Well, I think the issue here, English is the official language.
Yeah.
I think the issue more is whether you have anybody that would not speak French. It sounds like you don't. It sounds like anybody who would join would
Well,
speak French.
there could be like old persons, especially immigrants. Like I have old Italian neighbors that they don't really speak French, but I mean, there's almost 50 different languages here in Montreal, so we cannot expect to speak, you know, to that's an issue, but it's hard to.
That's an issue for further down the line, I think. Yeah.
Well, in big cities, it's an issue because there are so many people, so many like from everywhere in the world. But young people, they went to the French schools, so they all speak French.
I see.
It's more with the let's say people over 60. But yeah, that's an issue, but it's a hard one to solve.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that for this project right now.
No.
Okay, go ahead, Renato.
So I haven't done this guide or outline about you know how do we take in new members and how do we manage this. But I did think about some things that I want to share with you. I think it's like a broad framework on how this could work. So in my organization, it's a system that is pretty simple and flat. I mean, people, they just subscribe as members, and that's it. There's no training, there is no fees, there's nothing. So in as much that this is good in a sense that is very welcoming, I mean, the cost is zero, you know, people, they just press a button, put their data. It has some problems because we have people that they are very committed and they want things to happen, and we have other people that they, you know, just wrote down that they want in, but they don't reply to emails and they don't show up. And I don't think it's very healthy because you know, the members that they are not doing much, they cause a sensation of they take the energy out from the members that are more engaged. So suddenly people are saying, well, nobody's doing anything, why should I care, right? And so my idea is like an organization that is divided in 3 tiers. So the first tier is that one of people that attend the events. So they either go to the events on a regular basis, you know, we start to get to know them, or they subscribe to the mailing list, so they are connected in some way. But that's it. If they just want to receive the emails and do nothing, or go to events and do nothing, it's okay. There's no pressure. They are always welcome. So from these ones, we start inviting them to become members. And member, it needs to have some kind of, I would say, cost for them, either in terms of engagement or of money. But you know, it's something that they should do because they care. It has a value for them. So either to set a one-time fee or a monthly fee. In our case, maybe the best idea would be a one-time small fee team, and also some kind of training, which could be like a 2 hours tutorial that they can watch on YouTube, or something that they have to read, or even like a presential event that they have to attend, and they will get their how it works. And finally, some members, they can become leaders, which would be to have some active role and some responsibilities, and now you want to provide more training to them. So in order to become a leader, maybe you have to undergo like a 1 week intensive training, or a longer training, but people read by themselves and then get into a discussion group and share what they thought, just so that you get only people that you can trust, are committed, and have proven commitment to the organization, right? So this is what I talked as a general framework, and then it would work, yeah, you have to build the process for each one of these and all the contents, and
Yeah, something. That's exactly the way I was talking last week about how I took my son to this Kids Helping Kids organization. They've been very successful, and that's exactly the kind of three-tiered process they have, where there's 3 levels, and at each level there's more involvement, more commitment required. I don't know if that's what Louise wants to do, or it's certainly something that this organization has done.
Sorry, there were 2 messages from Sarav. Did you see that?
No, is that on Facebook? Or
no, I cannot figure it out. I think something is not working.
I can hear it. Some.
No, it's just a line that appeared on the top of my screen.
Oh.
I just saw that coming. So he's trying, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
Ask him if on what kind of like me, I'm on my iPad, but I had to download the app, the Hangout app. So maybe he doesn't have the right.
Maybe he doesn't have the Google Hangout app. You mean?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because when I was trying on my regular Gmail account, it was weird. That didn't work. But when I downloaded the app, now it's okay. So.
Well, let me see if I can. Yeah. What happened? I will send another invite. Oh, I think it's here. Yeah. Trying to answer. It says it's loading. I think
that's what I saw. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh. All right.
Oh no, that's you.
Okay.
Because when someone is write something, I see it on the top of my screen.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. But Renato, what you were explaining, is it what's happening now, or what you would like to?
Yeah, I would like to move my organization to this kind of system.
Okay.
And if that's something that works for the transition project you're doing in Quebec, maybe that's something that we we could start from there.
Could you write it so we have something to read, to refer?
Sure, I can. Yeah, I can prepare a simple PowerPoint outline or something like this.
Just a few lines, just the different what status of member we can say that just to yeah.
Lou, when I'm sure you've had some initial thoughts about this. What are you thinking so far?
Yeah, well, I was thinking of something like that, a different status of members. So because I know some organizations they work like that, and it works well. But at the same time, it's you have to manage that. I mean, like it's different members, but it's a good idea. I think the idea is manageable, but I have to think about how.
Yeah. Now, when you put something together, the two, you saw two people who were into. Oh, you've got at least two other people on your catalytic committee.
Yep. Yep.
And now, are they going to? Are you going to take something to them, and then together you'll work out a final thing? Is that the idea?
Yeah, sure.
I see.
Because now we just had this idea, but we didn't send it out. Like it's just between us three.
Right.
So before like inviting people to join, I would like to have some kind of a structure.
Yeah.
So that this would be part of the structure.
Right. And also introductory materials. I mean, there's last week Renato went through, a number of the various options, like a handbook, a video. There's like both the content of this package and the kind of material you use have to be worked out, I guess.
Yeah. So for now, could we list the material, like just to know what would be in?
Okay.
And
well,
then we can share and work on different parts of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Renato, you went through last week. You went through the different components that you thought it had to have. It's like you have to get information from them. You have to give them information on how the organization works.
Well, it's almost like starting a new job. I mean, when you start a new job, usually they give you, you have your work contract with the rules. You have some kind of there's a social committee maybe that are welcoming you and explain visit. You have a visit, a tour of the place, and
and a job description.
Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes, but I think we can. It's the same kind of approach, but put differently, like adapted to the volunteer work.
You know what? Let's just brainstorm. Let's just do this very casually and brainstorm. One of the things I'm thinking is that if you do a video, you might put together like a whole promotional video, like this is what our organization is about. This is what our ideals are, our goals. I mean, I guess I'm thinking you could have you could have different components of this kit, and one component would be just to get basic information from these people, give them basic information about the levels of engagement they could be on, and then as a separate piece of this kit, have an almost commercially slick presentation of what your organization was formed for, what you want to do. That might be effective.
Yeah, I think for the first year, the people that are attending the event, you need like something very brief. It's just like, okay, that's what this is about, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then when you send them a newsletter or they come to your events and things like this, they will get acquainted little by little, but that's it. They don't need anything else, right? Then when they become a member, I think that's when this welcoming package like a job, integration comes in, which I think the first thing is like a welcoming call, from somebody, and if we can set some kind of mentorship for old members to new members, like, okay, I'm Renato and I can help you, call me if you have any doubt and things like this. Then I think we have to hammer very much on the mission, the vision, and the values.
The mission, the vision, and
the culture, the values.
The values.
Values.
Yes, yes. I think, I mean, the more you put emphasis on the values, the less you need to put emphasis on process, on telling people what to do exactly, because if you're going to the same way, people can be more entrepreneurial, right? And you want that. But also you should also give like a crash course on how things work in terms of information flow and the decision making and the rules of the organization of the game. And then when you move to the leaders, then it's time to talk about the nitty gritty details. So you want to tell about how does things look in the inside in more details, and I think you need to go deep on the culture and the what you're trying to build. So bring reference from outside, watch this inspiring TED talk, read this book and these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something. I think though that in the same way that you're going to be recruiting members who want to join at different levels of involvement,
yeah,
like 3 tiers. In the same way you want to do that, I think you have to be accepting and tolerant of the fact that different people are going to come for different reasons.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this, and it's like I'm not here in this transition team because I like gardening. That's not my motivation. And I think by the same token, there are going to be people who aren't going to. I'm getting email notices. Okay, at the same time, there are going to be people who are interested in gardening, but aren't necessarily interested in saving the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the culture has to be accepting of the variations. And let me just say, I want to say this before we start. Let me just say this now. I think that I can see 3 levels of motivation for this kind of project. Okay, one level is, like I say, people who want to get involved in gardening and don't care that much about the community, don't care that much about the world. They just want to garden. Okay, I think it would be good if you could be welcoming of those people.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second level is people who come because they want to not only garden but create a community. They want to. I know a lot of community gardens have this orientation where they become friends. They socialize. It really is about community.
Yeah, it's the neighborhood. Know your neighbors. Like
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the third level is that in terms of global issues, in terms of trying to transition to a sustainable global society, I think this is part of a shift from industrial agriculture to local agriculture. I think it's every bit as significant as the shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy. I think this is a big deal, and I think that there are some people who will come to this kind of an initiative because that's their overriding concern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, not more than 10 minutes, okay? Because I have a friend who is waiting for me to help me close the garden, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
So would you, like Renato, maybe Alan, write something this week about that, and I can just add up on that?
Sure. I can write you know, a small outline of what we said, and I can either put on kind of Google Docs or send to the group, and then
Google Docs would be a nice, because then we will be able to
edit,
complete it.
Do you want to set up a separate Google Docs for this project, or do you want to use the one that we've already got?
Oh, another one, I think, because now it's not our presentations of ourselves; it's the real homework.
So let's not wait till next meeting to continue. Why don't, Renato, if you can set that up and put down your ideas, I can put down my ideas. Maybe you can start putting down some ideas, and we can start brainstorming on the Google Doc itself.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. All right.
And Renato. Renato, can you try to get Sorav in? Like, explain him the application, or like.
I've got another idea, Renato. I had 2 weeks ago. I had a meeting with Lou that I recorded on my iPhone, and then I had a meeting with you that I wish I had recorded on my iPhone. And then we had the second team meeting that you put on Google Docs. Why don't you try to, if you have time, why don't you try to work out with Sorav a mutual time?
Yeah.
And then why don't you have a one-on-one meeting with Sorav and record that and upload it to YouTube, and we can see what you two guys have to say.
Sure, yeah. That would work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And maybe, and if you can do it, maybe you can do it with Lou too. I think one-on-one. I think that all variations of a 5-person meeting, a 3-person meeting, even a 2-person meeting. I think they're good. They're all good. I think that you can get a lot of interesting stuff out of 2 people talking, and then posting it for other people to see what happened with that duet. You know, Diane.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I won't promise on that because of time constraint, you know, this week.
Me too.
But well, let's see.
But at least with Sorav, that so we can have him the next time.
Even if it's just a 5-minute meeting, just to introduce yourself, get a sense of who we all are, you know.
Sure. Yeah, that's I think could work. Yeah, great. I can do that. Now, do we have a list of all the emails and contact information?
You know, in the beginning, that was something the group was suggesting. Nobody followed through on that.
No.
I'm not sure how comfortable everyone is publicizing their emails, but they can send you their email in the messenger part of our Facebook page, and that keeps it confidential. So I've been saying that in post. I've been saying send your email to Renato by messenger. Do we need to have a list beyond this purpose, Renato? You need to have everybody's email to get them on.
I need for the Google Docs. Yeah, I need
for the Google Docs as well?
them.
Okay.
For inviting them on Google Docs, right? So
well, you know, when you talk to Sorav, he's got to have email addresses for everybody in the Facebook page, right?
Probably.
There's 7 of us on the Facebook page, and he had to have had those. In order for people to join, I think he had to have had those. I'm not sure.
But well, I'm only friend on Facebook with Sarav. I didn't give him my address.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see. I don't know. Well, let's keep
Yeah.
working on that. But anyways,
Sure.
at the very least, you need them well, wait a minute. Who set up the Google Doc? It was Chiga. Chiga set up
Oh,
the Google Doc.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
maybe you can. Chiga is on the Facebook thing. Maybe you can messenger Chiga and work this stuff out with him. Talk about what we need and how we should go about getting it. Yeah, Renato.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So
Trigger.
on the Facebook, on the transition Facebook page, there's 7 of us there. Chiga set up the Google Doc. You can messenger Chiga on the Facebook page. There's the messenger. You know how to use the messenger function. Yeah, Renato?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Trigger.
So if you just messenger Chiga and you can start a conversation about, do we need phone numbers? Do we need email addresses? And what he has that might help you set up a Google Doc. Well,
I can't find trigger here.
Chiga.
I can't.
Chiga.
Ah, Chiga. Okay.
Yeah.
So add friend. That's it. Chiga. Okay.
okay.
All
So
right.
we'll meet next week at the same time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Should work for me.
10:30 next week, Renato.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Does anybody know a joke we could close on?
Not in English.
Well, not a joke, right? But when we make meetings, we usually do a kind of checkout to ask people how they're feeling about the project, and how are they leaving the meeting in terms of feeling or thinking. So I think maybe that's a good way of closing.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Who wants to start? Go ahead.
Uh,
Why don't you start, Renato?
Sure. I like when things are going forward and moving, and I think we're making progress. I think that conversation today was nice, and yeah, I'm feeling that I would like more people to join.
Me too. Me too. Almost the same. I'm happy that now we're starting to work on something, even if we're maybe a little late. Because when I see like there's a lot of let's call it homeworks that we should answer as a team, and I'm not sure what to put on like no. So but maybe next week we can talk about that. All to have a common answer to those questions.
Okay. Yeah, that's something that kind of fell by the wayside. I was trying to keep that going, but I haven't had much success. We can address that maybe in the next meeting, or even on the Facebook page. We might address that. I think that I don't know if you're doing that as a way of fulfilling some kind of requirement for the course, or just as an exercise. I'm not sure what you want to do, but we can continue that, and somebody else might want to pick up the slack where I've slacked off. Maybe somebody else would want to pick that up. So for me, I'm very happy that us 3 have gotten together. I was more I felt more enthusiastic at the end of the last meeting than this one. I feel like we're moving along. I'm getting a little bit eager to move along more quickly, but maybe as we go along, we'll pick up speed.
Yeah.
but it's good to see you guys face to face or face to picture. I just got my picture there, but this is great. This is great.
Good.
All right.
So,
Okay. Well,
have a
yeah.
good week.
Yeah. Have a nice Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh
and
yes.
and as we close October, that November be a awesome month.
Okay.
Good. See you
Okay.
next week.
All right.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.